This is Fisher. Reached on a hard hit ball that was ruled an error on the third baseman Logan Lacey in the first inning. Seven home runs and OPS over 1,000. Came in with 44 walks and 44 strikeouts. Squeeze play is going quad box right now. That's big time. Mike Rooney and Chris Budden, you can find it on the app all day long.
He must
and
be
all
comfortable.
weekend
That's
long.
an early quad box. I mean, we're 4 or 5 hours in, already dropping the quad on him. Thank goodness Chris is there, too. Rooney gets a break from Matt Schick, at least. The last few years, had to hang out with Schick for 3 straight days, 12 hours a day.
You think Batman got tired of Robin? Fisher riding a 5-game hit streak. He's been in the 3-hole pretty much all season long. And he looks at the fastball. That'll take care of Fisher, and that is just the first strikeout of the game for Parker Messick, who came in 9th in the country in strikeouts with 121.
How about Joe Burleson with the muted punch-out call right there? Looked like he was just calling strike 2. Instead, it's strike 3. Fisher looks at a fastball and a big strikeout right there for Messick, who had first and second, nobody out. Now you're a ground ball away from getting out of this thing.
Christopher Sargent drove in a run his first time up. Fouls the first pitch off. So not only, by the way, KP is Arkansas, the #1 national seed, down 2-0, but they just committed an error in the third inning, and NJIT has loaded the bases on them. And Arkansas is going to the bullpen in the third.
Get the bases loaded,
drama.
Nobody out.
Yeah. Nothing in 2 now to Sargent. Messick wasn't helped by his defense. A couple of errors in the first inning. Green had a routine ground ball go right through the wickets. And Lacey had a hard time picking up a hot shot to third. Both runs unearned for Messick in this one.
Just
tipped it, Nelson can squeeze.
It looked like Connor Nolan started the game for Arkansas, and he will not finish the third inning. In fact, won't get an out in the third inning. Nolan headed out. NJIT, bases loaded, nobody out. They lead it 2-0. Just the way you thought it would start in Fayetteville.
Well, of course. Arkansas has the not-so-secret weapon in Kevin Kopps, but they did not expect to have to use him, and maybe they won't, against the 4 seed the first day. Razorbacks reliever leading the country in ERA, pitcher of the year. 1-2.
Southern Miss doing a good job of spoiling Parker Messick's good ones, and the ones that he usually punches guys out with, it's now pushing that pitch count up. There's 28 pitches through the first 2 innings. Thrown 26 in this inning alone.
Inside to Sargent, who was riding a 4-game hit streak, had a good tournament, CUSA All-Tournament team. 3 home runs in the tournament in Jackson, Tennessee. Take it back. It was the OVC that was in Jackson. We get SEMO up next, and that one's spoiled. CUSA tournament was in Ruston.
Ruston's going to be rocking tonight.
Oh, yeah. 8th pitch of the at-bat for Sargent. Beauty. Goes back door, punches him out, back-to-back backwards Ks from Messick.
This one does catch a little bit of the play. Backdoor breaking ball. Looked like Sargent gave up on it. Matthew Nelson doing a good job of letting that ball travel, try to grab the plate right at the last minute. That time we get the punch-out call from Joe Burleson. I think he thought the last hitter, I think he thought it was strike 2. Because it was just kind of the usual strike call. That time he wound it up a little bit.
Reese Ewing goes fishing, 0-1. 250 average overall, 250 from both sides. Or pardon me, against both sides for the lefty. Five home runs this season, all 5 have come against right-handers. 1-1. Ewing turns into a different hitter with runners in scoring position, jumps all the way up to nearly 300, 296, with 3 of his 5 home runs coming with a runner in scoring position. They've gone final in South Bend. Notre Dame blank Central Michigan 10-0. Michigan and UConn coming up later tonight from Frank Eck Field.
That's a stacked regional. Central Michigan was one of the, at least on paper, one of the tougher 4 seeds out there. UConn, the Big East champs. Michigan played for a national title 2 years ago.
Here's the 2-2 to Ewing with 2 aboard. Be the 35th pitch of the inning.
And Southern Miss hadn't scored a run.
"15 pitches in the first inning, 13 in the second, and now this 35 and counting in the third. First 2 reached, and then Fisher and Sargent both struck out looking.
The little man's excited, except he didn't catch it. It's his brother, and if I know most big brothers, I don't think he's going to get it, but he was still fired up. Yes, he got it.
Runners on the move. It's strike 3 called. 3 straight backwards Ks for Messick. First 2 reach for Southern Miss, and they were stranded. 2-0 lead for the Eagles. So 1 down for Will McGillis, who flew out to right field his first time up. Sophomore from Albuquerque, and he fouls the first one off. His dad, the former director of athletics at Southern Miss, now at University of San Diego, left after the New Orleans Bowl in 2016. And right after he took the job, he called up Scott Berry. He said, "Hey man, let's chat. Come meet me in the parking lot." And he climbed in the car and said, "I just took the job at San Diego, but don't worry, Will's staying."
All things considered, I think that was probably the biggest thing Scott Berry was worried about. Okay, no, I understand you're leaving. That's fine. But what about your kid? Does your kid hang around?
Kid's pretty good.
Yeah.
Had to fight through a torn ACL his senior year of high school. A couple of other older brothers play college baseball. Jordan at USF. Taylor at St. Leon. Big swing and a miss, and McGillis goes down. 4th strikeout now for Messick.
That didn't strike any out in the first 2 innings. That's rare. That may be the first time this year for Messick. No punch outs in the first 2 innings. Struck out the side looking to end the 3rd inning. Now elevates a fastball right here for McGillis for his 4th strikeout of the night.
The catcher Blake Johnson now with 2 on and 2 out. Cops is still in the game for Arkansas.
That one I don't get. He's got 2 outs quick in the 5th inning, but maybe you keep pitch count down, figure if he gets 1 out or 4 outs, as long as that pitch count is down, it doesn't necessarily affect tomorrow. But I'm surprised to still see him in after a 7-run 4th by the Hogs.
Dave Van Horn didn't waste any time, did he?
No.
I think the question is, what confidence did you have in your team that the offense would eventually get going against the Highlanders? And in that scenario, maybe you could have held it. But obviously, he felt like it was a high leverage situation in the 4th when he got him. Off the cap foul.
And it was, and it worked. We got him out of the jam in the 4th. It was a quick 1, 2, 3, 5th. 7 pitches in the 5th inning for Cops. Halfway home in Fayetteville, 9-3 Arkansas.
We haven't had the #1 national seed win the whole thing since Miami in 1999. Two and two. And that Miami National Championship came against Florida State. Got him. Delayed call, but it's a call nonetheless. And Messick gets through 6 with the lead.